Hey heroes, Kolz here. Today I'm going through the new Avatar crossover event in Heroes vs. Hordes. Swift has been hyping this event up for weeks, saying it's the big event, it's coming, put it on your calendars, literally. I'm going to go over what I learned on day 1 so you can make the best decisions as you go through the event. Before we go through the highlights of the event, you do need to know the mechanics of how this event works. Because of the way the IP has been licensed, you're only going to be able to power up the 3 heroes associated with the event during the 45 days of the event. You will get to continue to own them and use them after the event ends, but you won't get any additional hero shards or forge tokens for those heroes after the 45 days is over. That means you're going to have to put in all your effort during these 45 days in order to level them up to the best of your ability. That puts some massive constraints on the long-term viability and the long-term value of any of these heroes. So try to watch this whole video before you jump into buying anything, or at least until you understand that you're only going to have 45 days and all of the event currency that you get during that time in order to level up these heroes. So with that in mind, I'm going to work up from free to play to kind of ideal value all the way up to like max spending to give you a sense of like what this event is going to cost you. On the free-to-play side, basically consider this event a Wheel of Fortune event. We've had several Wheels of Fortune over the last couple months, and they're actually very good for free-to-play heroes in terms of the overall amount of resources you'll get via the event itself. From all of the spins of the wheel, you will get a decent amount of resources in the form of hero orbs, keys, exchange tokens, and you'll probably get 1 egg for the event. You'll be able to transfer those exchange tokens into valuable resources in the shop, so think of this as 45 days of additional resources as a free-to-play player. If you hit it big and get Katara or Aang via a spin, then you want to put in as much resources as you can in order to get them up to 3 stars during the event. That means you're shooting for 150 tokens via the exchange. In order to do that, 25 tokens at a time, you're going to need to buy 6 of them. 6 times 950 means you're basically going to need 6,000 exchange tokens by the end of the event. Otherwise, they're actually pretty worthless because you won't even have access to their globals, and that's what you're really shooting for here, is that 3rd global at level 120. For those 2 heroes, it's huge, it's +1 projectile, and so if you hit them on the wheel, you're going to want to put the resources in to get that extra projectile. That same logic then applies directly to the $20 pass that gets Sokka. Sokka for $20 is what I would deem a very good deal in HvH terms. If you take all the resources then that you get in the entire event as a free-to-play on top of that $20 you spent on the pass, you should be able to get Sokka up to 3 stars by the end of the event. And that's your goal, to unlock the 120 global with Sokka by the end of the event using the $20 pass. Now, he's got a fantastic 3-star forge. Unfortunately, there is no way you're getting enough event tokens in order to get that up to 3-star via spinning that wheel. So if you want to get him up to 3 stars, you're going to have to buy his tokens outright from the shop. So you're looking at somewhere between $50 and $100 to get that 3-star forge. I personally would not do that. I'm at the point in my HvH career where I'm not going to be spending money directly on that kind of thing anymore. But if you're new or you're trying to build up your account, that's not an awful value for that level of increase in damage long term in this game. So it's $20 to get a decent Sokka. It's like $120 to get like all the globals from Sokka. And then if you want a full max 5-star forge, 5-star Sokka, you're looking at about $445 all in. Now, that's a lot of money for one hero, but there are whales in this game that traditionally spend a lot more than that in order to unlock it. Based on reading his abilities, he seems strong. And so I'm never going to recommend you spend that much money on one hero or really on anything in this game, but you can at least know what you're going to need to spend in order to unlock him. Now, Aang and Katara are an entirely different ballgame. They still have that kind of base cost of about $400 to $450 to get them up to 5 stars with the 5-star forge, but unlocking them is only viable via either exchange tokens or just getting lucky on that wheel. And that wheel gets really expensive real quick. Based on the expected value of all the pity systems, you can expect to get Katara for doing 100 spins. Aang, on the other hand, is even more than Katara, and the pity system doesn't allow you to reach him. So you're going to be spending a ton of gems on that wheel, trying to either get the tokens or get lucky enough to hit him. So if you want to get both Katara and Aang, expect to be spending upwards of like $500 to maybe even $1,000 on spins and gems just to unlock the heroes. Now I'm ballparking that, and I might be off by an order of magnitude, so let's say it's something more like 100 to 1,000 depending on your luck. However, getting them to a 5-star forge with a 5-star hero is going to cost 450-ish bucks for each of the 3, putting that at like $1,200, plus all those unlocks means that realistically, you're looking at $2,000 to get all 3 heroes fully unlocked at the end of the event. And that's the thing with this event. Just know it's time gated for getting the resources you need for these heroes. That's the one snag here. Because of the way the IP is licensed, you only have these 45 days to put as much value as you can. You'll still have the heroes afterwards, but they're not going to be able to use their forge tokens or their hero shards anymore after that. So I hope that gives you a pretty good sense of what to expect and what the value is in this. Personally, as a free-to-play player at this point, I'm just going to be doing my spins and hoping that I get one of these heroes and that I can get them up to 3 stars via gems. Sorry for the outfit change, but I just realized overnight that I forgot to talk about APA and the egg system. I do not believe in eggs. As a concept in video games, I hate them. They are a form of legalized gambling to the last couple of years that gives you awful odds for stuff that you don't really need. I don't believe in eggs. I hate them. So, in order to get APA, you're going to have to spend what is literally a butt ton of money in order to get lucky opening eggs. I cannot and I will not recommend opening any more eggs than the base ones you get from spinning the wheel. Lena clarified yesterday that you get 59 free spins if you do all of the quests, and you'll get about 3 eggs from doing that based on the expected value. Open those 3 and call it a day. And I'm Kolz, a high-level HvH player. You'll be able to find a written version of this guide on my website, hvhlounge.com. You can also sign up for my Patreon, where you'll get early access to videos like this, along with being entered in a monthly giveaway. You can also become an executive producer. The executive producers of this video are Cake Invictus, Riverwind, The Wubba, Krabs, Charlos, Jason, Dennis, and a special thanks to my latest patron, Lady Ikaika. So if you like this video, please subscribe, and remember, always do your adventure!